What I wanted to do is just honor the Uptown Theater, which is part of the Black musical experience in Philadelphia. But beyond just being a place where there were celebrated entertainers, there's a deeper history. So today, what I wanted to do is share with you the banner, which I will still do, and then we will decide exactly where would be the appropriate place for it to hang, okay? But I have a couple of words that I'll share, and I'm so happy that I have an audience, and I hope we make sure that we see our audience. This is part of the ReMemory Places project, which was funded through the Leeway Foundation. I'm just going to share a little information. So the project is a combination of historical marker and visual storytelling, and through research and interviews, a mapping of former places, events, and traditions in communities of color was conducted. And from that work, 6 cultural banners were created. And the Uptown cultural banner, which I will be displaying for you, is just one of many that will be posted across the city, North Philly, South Philly, West Philly, all over. This project was made possible through a generous Art and Change grant from the Leeway Foundation. And the 6 banners include the Uptown Theater, North Philadelphia, Negro Appreciation Week 1928, which took place in Germantown, Colored Players Film Corporation, the Colored Players Film Corporation, which which was located in Southwest Philadelphia, the Downbeat Club, which was in Center City, the Capitol Movie Theater, which was in West Philadelphia, and Elmwood Skating Rink, which was in Southwest Philadelphia. The ReMemory Place project goal is to preserve the legacy of Philadelphia's changing communities, especially those of color, before they are lost to posterity. To further celebrate the launch of the Cultural Marker Project, we will have a free live doo-wop show right here in front of the Uptown at 6:30 p.m. We'll have another show at 6 o'clock at Don's Do Shop down the street. Of course, none of this would be possible without the approval and support of the Uptown Entertainment and Development Corporation. Thank you to Monifa, Marcia, all of the people who are a part of that organization. And a special thank you to Aisha Richardson, Director of Community Outreach and Economic Development for State Senator Sharif Street, 3rd District. Now, would someone like to hold the banner as I discussed? Thank you. Drum roll, please. Oh, hello. Just in time. I just gave you a shout out. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
This cultural banner, which will be hanging from the Uptown Theater for a period of 3 to 4 months. The Uptown was originally a venue for talkies. It was part of the Chitlin Circuit. That's where the doo-wop and R&B acts performed, and even at one time it was a church. The Uptown opened its doors on February 16, 1929. Designed as a theater for talkies, which were the first movies with sound, the theater changed over the years. In 1951, the Uptown became a venue for the Chitlin Circuit, which showcased R&B musical acts. In 1957, local personality Georgie Woods began producing shows which featured the likes of The Temptations, Four Tops, The Supremes, and the Jackson 5. The Uptown had several reopenings and even served as a church. So this will be the banner that will hang, and it is just showing some pictures of the Uptown over the years, and it's also showing the original interior design of the theater. And at the bottom of this banner, there is my website information and email for contact. On the website, there will be more information about the ReMemory Places project. We're also going to be launching a virtual museum called POMON, which stands for Philadelphia Online Museum of Neighborhoods. And you can click on different icons there and you will learn about places like the Uptown, like the Dow Museum that used to be down the street, and other important venues that we need to remember and celebrate. So I thank you so much for coming out. Thank you so much for being such a great banner holder. And I'm going to make sure that you get flyers. As I was sharing before, at 6:30, please come back here because we are going to have a doo-wop show. We have Ernie B in the New Blend, and we also have the Doo-Wop Corner performers who will be singing live right in front of here. And at 6 o'clock, if you're familiar with Don's Do Shop, and Don's history is integral to the whole Uptown. A lot of the performers will go to him to get their hair done, and he's still there, okay? So that's the legacy of this community as well. So at 6 o'clock, we're going to be in front of Don's Do Shop with the Doo-Wop Corner performers, and we'll be back here at 6:30. I'll make sure I hand out some more flyers, but at this time, since we are able to put the banner up because we want to make sure we put it in the right location, I would just like to open up the mic for anyone who would like to share their memories or thoughts about the Uptown, or if you feel like this is a project that has some merit and is something that should be done more often. Anybody like to share? Hello.
Hi, hello. I see some familiar faces. People who loved and supported my mom, Linda Richardson. As you all know, my name is Aisha Richardson, and I've been volunteering for the past 6 years working with the Uptown Entertainment Development Corporation. And my sister Monique Young, is the board chair. And so she's been spearheading the work to preserve the theater. And so, you know, it's been a long slog. My mom spent a lot of time since 1995 investing in this project. She used her Social Security money to come back and forth and to work on this project. But her philosophy was always that development in this community was important for the people who lived here. And so she made a commitment to North Philadelphia. I made a commitment. My family made a commitment. My son lives around the corner. And so it's, you know, it's a great honor and privilege to work in this neighborhood, to live in this neighborhood, and to be a part of this building. And, you know, the Uptown is like, well, it's iconic. It's iconic. And it really represents the history of North Philadelphia, the burgeoning people who had wealth to the folks who were coming from the South that had the disposable income and time because they weren't working in agriculture, and they were working in the factories, and they had money to party, money to hang out. And so this was a thriving neighborhood. This neighborhood had restaurants and entertainment, and the theater, it was part of that hub of the entertainment in the whole city, as a matter of fact. So Marilyn, how are you doing? So I want to thank Gigi. Gigi came into the office for Senator Street a few months ago, and she wanted to do something along North Broad. And it's hard to talk about my mom. Mother's Day is coming up, and it's hard not to have her. But when Gigi came in, I sucked down the grief, and I came out and I talked to her about this space, about how much my mom invested in this space, and I also talked to her about Don and the work that Don has been doing to be a business person along the Susquehanna corridor. That corridor used to be a thriving corridor as well. And so it's really great that Gigi is coming to support this. I think the Susquehanna Festival is coming back too. So yeah, look out for that. That's something that's going to be coming up in the summertime. The Avenue of the Arts North is going to be doing some projects, going to be doing some historic markers along the corridor. So there's stuff that's happening, and I know we got the SEPTA project happening. There's some elevators that are going to be happening here right in front of what used to be the Stop and Go. My mom worked really hard to get that Stop and Go shut down, really, really hard. And so, you know, in the senator's office, what we're doing is looking at some of these smoke shops and trying to make sure that these smoke shops are properly placed and operating the way that they're supposed to. So the smoke shops have become the new nuisance business in North Philadelphia. So it's a pleasure to be here to support the work that Gigi's doing, to support the work that Yumi is doing. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. You all know. Just to be able to say that a building deserves to be preserved, because this is the reflection of the neighborhood. And so working to preserve the building is not just about my mom's legacy, it's about the legacy of North Philly too. So we're still working on it because it's an independent and we're not relying on big corporate contributions or having other folks take over the property. It's been a struggle, but it's because of you all. You know, it's your contributions and your support that have helped to make sure that it's still in the control of an African American organization. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Again, I cannot express how thankful I am that she was open and receptive, and especially dealing with, you know, grief. I understand. I just thank you for your investment in the community, and everyone who's here, that speaks to your investment in your community. So thank you so much. It's going to really look nice when we have the banner displayed, you know, and in the future, however I can help, perhaps having some sweep up days in front of the Uptown with some volunteers, things like that. However, I feel like even small gestures and small activities can make a large impact. And if each one of us just decided to do some small thing somewhere, we can make a load of good happen.